Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Blood Bowl 2. I had a quick look at the league standings, and the Kragan Fangs are in fact the only undefeated team in the division, so that makes me a little nervous about this. To be fair, I'm pretty sure we only have to win one more game in total. Petty cash 330k. So they put in a significant amount of their own money buying something. That makes me a little nervous. With this much money, though, we can take a look at some options that haven't really been available to us before. So, we can hire mercenary players, any of our positions. Honestly, a mercenary Pogor might not be a terrible play. We could also hire on star players for a turn. So, particularly effective chainsaw guy. We've seen, where is he? Yeah, we've seen Bomber Dribble Snot before. A bomb thrower with accurate. What does he cost? Actually, they're fairly cheap to hire, a lot of them. The chainsaw guy's a little more expensive. We could hire Morgan Thorg. Unfortunately, we actually can't do that. He is a massive ogre with incredible stats. 10 AV, 3 agility. Yeah, it's just very, very good. What's this? Scrap a Sorehead. You know what? Maybe this is the play. Maybe we bring in a star player Pogoer. What's special about him? He has Sprint, so he could GFI one more time. That's not really very good. He has Sure Feet. Okay, it's a good combination with Sprint anyway. Dodge. Dirty Player. Dirty Player makes you better at fouling, whereas Sneaky Git makes you more likely to get away at it. He's not bad. What else do we have available? Ripper, an extra troll. I guess that's an option, right? Bring a third troll in. We could also hire a wizard. It's tough to know what the right play is. I think let's consider a star player, because we could just use an extra body as well. Is one thing I'm thinking. So this guy's really not that much better than a normal Pogoer, and of course any player that we bring in is going to have the loner trait, which makes him somewhat unlikely to use team rerolls, which represent, you know, coordination and stuff. So maybe we just bring in, I don't know, maybe we bring in a mercenary Pogor. Just to fill the slot. It's 100k, man. That's a lot of our money. That would put us at 230. We'd still be able to do a bribe and a wizard. But maybe my plan should be just wizard and 3 bribes? Because that way we could foul people very aggressively. We could take a halfling Master Chef and try to steal their rerolls. I'm not a big fan of the Master Chef because of the variance. It's a lot of money to spend for something that might not do anything. A star player with a secret weapon, though. Like, if we hired Fungus for 80, that would still give us the ability to get a bribe, or 2 bribes and a wizard, and we'd have a second ball and chain guy. Yeah, let's do that. I like the ball and chain guys a lot, as you can tell. Alright, we'll definitely get you, and then 2 bribes. Okay, I'm a little concerned at what they bought with their money. Because they put in 110k, right? If they'd put in 100, that's like a team reroll. 110 suggests that it might be a star player, because it's an unusual number, but I don't know what star players they have access to. I guess it could be like 50 for a Bloodwiser Babe, and then also a 60k star player. I don't know if they have access to Bomber Dribble Snot. My guess would be that they don't, but they might have access to a similar, like, very specialized star player. I guess we'll find out. So like I said, these guys are undefeated in the league. They've got 3 wins and a draw. I have a bad feeling about this. You know, they might still be bad. As a reminder, they have only beaten other AI players, but I'm starting to get a little afraid, just a tiny little bit. Here's our ringer. And what have they got? Well, first of all, they've got a lot of thralls. So most of their team is these thralls who are not particularly good, but they're also not particularly bad, right? They're 6 move, 3 strength, 3 agility. And remember, they have a guy with plus strength and a guy with plus agility. It's actually a pretty good lineup. Okay, they did hire a star player. They hired in the chainsaw guy. I'm surprised the goblin players will work for the vampire team. Okay, we have customarily lost our coin flip here. So let's figure this out. Who wants to actually be in? We should probably have the diving tackle guy in. Do we? Yes, we do. Okay. Both of our upgraded goblins are in. I like that. They're receiving, so I think this is a good time to run Grinder. We'll put in one of our guys here. So the difference between the two ball and chain guys is our star player has Mighty Blow, and that's it. He has Mighty Blow. He's pretty cheap, though. No, wait, he has 2 more skills than... Oh, because he has Loader. Yeah. So he's just a little bit more likely to knock somebody out. Let's start him. So we'll swap you out. I don't think I want to run the chainsaw guy. Well, maybe. Yeah, you know what? If we're gonna run chainsaw, let's run him early, I suppose. This way, this arrangement of dudes gives us the highest chance of really hurting some of their players. And putting the boots to a vampire, not a bad play. Something we might want to consider with Widow here. So I'm going to set up the way we have been setting up. All of the thralls are nothing special. We really need to primarily consider the vampires. This is diving. Which guy is this? Okay, this is the diving tackle guy. I think I actually want him in front. As much as I don't want my good players to get injured, diving tackle is pretty useful. I guess we'll swap him back. leave the unupgraded goblins in the most blitzable positions. Alright, they're going for a very heavy line. So I'm going to put this just off center so that it can't accidentally fall on that one vampire. Okay, we both get an extra reroll. That puts us at 5 and them at 4. I'm definitely concerned about the amount of strength their team's able to bring to bear. They have enough 4-strength players that they probably will be able to generate 2-die blocks on our trolls if they really need them. Alright, so remember, every time a vampire does anything, you're going to see that bloodlust. Oh, he has successfully hypnotized BTO. That one failed his bloodlust roll. He just has to end his turn adjacent to a thrall. Let's see, so now he will feast on one of his teammates. Okay. So when that happens, they don't make an armor roll. The guy is injured, and they just make a straight injury roll. It is worth noting that thralls only have, oh, man. Wow, the first, before we even get to use him. That really sucks. Okay, so somebody has to run up here and deny this assist. The good news is they didn't do a particularly good job covering us on this side. So I'm going to have Saturn run over here, deny some assists, help the trolls out a little bit, and we're going to try to mangle this guy. Remember, if we knock him down, it's pretty bad for him. Are you kidding me? We're having some real bad luck. He lonered. Okay. Well, that's a pretty bad couple of turns for us. So he failed to use the team reroll after rolling double skulls. That is a low frequency occurrence, but not so low that it's totally shocking that it happened. I'm just frustrated is all. Maybe we'll get lucky and they'll pop Bloodlust a couple of times. Well, nothing yet. They are at least putting themselves in a good position to have a bomb dropped on them. It's kind of a weird way to use your blitz. I wonder why he felt that that goblin was a threat. And then he doesn't even chainsaw the troll. Hmm.
The attacker has an assist.
Alright, every block that they've thrown so far has been not just successful, but very successful, I feel like. So right now we are in a tremendously losing position. Like, extremely losing. Let's stand you up. I don't think I'm going to be putting a goblin in place to help this guy. I guess we could use our blitz to try to take out the extra agility thrall. I could use my blitz to try to take out their star player too, though. The thing I'm thinking is that, like, maybe it doesn't matter, right? Maybe we let the star player just rampage around for a drive, but no, that's not a good idea. We should try to remove this guy, and knocking him down is a pretty good way to do that. Okay, we got a stun. That's something. So now we have a little assistance on this troll. I guess we had a little assistance on him before. I'm thinking we need to throw the bomb, but there's a good chance that the bomb will end up with our turn ending. We also need to throw a punch, and there's a good chance that that ends up ending our turn. It's not a good position. I'm going to fall back. This is pretty unlikely to result in disaster. Nope. Managed to roll a pair ones on the dodge roll, huh? Okay, it's a rough start. We've had some really, really bad luck. Okay. Hey, they threw a block that didn't work. It does end with my guy up against the sideline in a way that we're not going to be able to get out of. Ah, they failed their bloodlust roll. Oh, I think... What happened? Didn't he fail his bloodlust roll? Okay, there's another bloodlust failure.
And that's why members of the public sign a waiver before being allowed entry. The document clearly states the risk of blood loss.
Okay, so he has to run off the field and help himself to a little blood, which is a turnover because he was the ball carrier. So yeah, they are completely incompetent and unable to manage the central gimmick of their team. So this is unfortunate. This is one of the really crappy things about playing against the AI, is that we're going to win this game, but we shouldn't win this game. We're going to win this game due to the AI being too bad to play the game at even a basic level. It's kind of frustrating. Any chance you're going to... Nope, okay. Never mind. I shouldn't do things that require dice rolls. Alright, let's put a tackle zone on the ball here. I do still want to throw this bomb because the potential of injuring 2 vampires in a single action is just too good to pass up. Is there anything else that I want to do beforehand? I kind of want to try to punch this this guy with 4 agility. Their thralls only have 7 armor value. In theory, they're pretty easy to injure, especially with a troll who has Mighty Blow. Let's push him this way. Alright, I mean, I'll take that. That's fine. I'm a little afraid to move another player adjacent to the ball because I'm afraid that, you know, they'll get hit by the bomb. I'm going to throw the bomb a little bit further, even though it's a slightly harder pass, because it would be really cool. Ooh, that's a bad failure. We will re-roll that one. I dropped it in my square failure. Okay, he did it twice. Well, that's a turnover. And he's injured. Okay. Badly hurt. So he's out of this game. Yeah, I mean, this would make him be out for the rest of the drive, but he'll come back. But of course, that's not going to work that way anyway, because he's a secret weapon player. So he'll get sent off at the end of the drive no matter what happens. Yeah, this is a real bummer, man. We are an inferior team, and we are getting completely dumped on by the dice, and we're still probably going to win because the AI like actually cannot handle the rules of the team they're playing.
Get it. They want to pick up the ball. You got to get rid of your opponent first.
Well, they are definitely going to successfully surf him. I do appreciate that we've at least kept that 4 strength guy occupied this whole time. I'll say this, we're going to go into the second half with no players, so maybe they will win. And I mean, they could get a string of vampire actions where Bloodlust doesn't trigger and end up being fine, right? So I guess I shouldn't say we will win, but it's looking pretty good for us because they can't play the team. All right. This is tricky. So obviously I want to hit the vampire with the chainsaw. But Slash and Burn doesn't have dodge. And we can't even make our dodges when we do have dodge. So I'm a little concerned that dodge out and then move up here and attack this guy will turn out to not be possible. They can't actually score next turn. I'm going to try it. Let's have you move up and... Alright, good stuff. It was nice of them to push my goblin adjacent to him so that we could give him some orders. Let's not move adjacent to the chainsaw. Nope, too stupid to move.
I've seen much.
Alright, I'm going to try it. It's a 3+, we can use our team reroll on it. Come on, drop in. Yes! I'm not using a team reroll on that. Okay, we're fumbling it all over the place. Nope, he can't catch it either. Okay, it falls out in a space that's very good for them. Well, I mean, it's good for them. It's maybe not very good for them. So, the diving tackle goblin is right here. If they try to pick it up and then bail out, we probably will be able to stop them from doing that. Unfortunately, what's most likely to happen is that this thrall is going to smash this guy. It looks like I can't realistically get anybody on him. But I think I want to put this goblin over here. We'll put another tackle zone on the ball. This guy already can punch somebody if he wants, so we're not really putting anybody in any extra danger here. What do I want to do with you? We could put Falcon next to the chainsaw, just on the off chance that he'll decide to attack the wrong target. Just give him another thing to do. But I'm going to do this instead. So this vampire actually doesn't even have a good block now, right? He's only got 1 die blocks against us. And this will help sort of cork him. There's not a lot of places for him to run if he does manage to pick up the ball. We have had a horrible opening to this drive. Like, really, really awful.
Safety in numbers.
Man, and our trolls being reliably too stupid to act, and things have been really, really bad. Okay, for some reason they're using their blitz on our chainsaw.
Come out on top.
Instead of just hitting him with the stationary chainsaw guy. The camera, it's a little confused. Yeah, that probably makes a lot more sense if the guy who's getting punched is taller. He wouldn't be completely off the left side of the frame. Yep, so they got this punch, which will get this guy off the ball. But... oh, and this'll... oh, he didn't follow up. I was going to say, this'll make this vampire's block better, because he can deny this assist. But the vampire elected to go for Hypnotic Gaze instead. And Lord Torgo's dead. I think I'll go ahead and Apothecary that. Pinched Nerve mixed next game. Okay, well... and he failed the regen. Okay. Trolls are expensive. It would be a real pain in the ass to have to rebuy our troll. But being down a troll for a whole game also is probably, like... at least it wasn't a permanent injury. But that sucks. Alright, let's... What am I even going to do here? Well... We have a 1-die block on this vampire. If we can just generate a push, knock him to here, we can pick up the ball, but there's nowhere for us to go once we do. Alright, if I throw the punch from here, push him, follow up, that'll open up this space. Then Giggles can dodge out to here, try to pick up the ball, and then blitz this guy off, maybe? I don't know. We have so few players left that we don't really have a lot of options. Oh, but I have to activate this guy to, I kind of want to just throw the block with him then. But that means there's no place for Giggles to dodge out to yet. I don't know. Let's do this. Alright, that's a pretty good outcome. Yeah, follow him up. So you could be the pickup guy. You see, what I was thinking was I wanted to put another goblin adjacent to this dude so we can at least get a 1-die block on the blitz. I think I'm just... Actually, what am I doing? We'll just do this. We'll step here. That'll be the assist. What am I thinking? Blitzing with the ball carrier is risky business. Maybe I'd be better off doing it like this. I didn't really want to put a player next to the edge of the field for obvious reasons. Alright, and if we can generate at least a push, I can get downfield a little bit. A knockdown would be great. Okay, cool. And a stun is even better. Alright, so then I get to use my 2 squares to make it to here. This guy can't get up and threaten us. This guy can maybe dodge out. He does have 4 agility. I think I want to... Oh, I was going to say I want to move the troll over, but this guy's on top of him. He does not dodge. Well, no sense not trying to throw the block, I guess. Do not follow. Yeah, if they want to hit me with their chainsaw, they're going to have to use their blitz to do it. That's all my players, unfortunately, so turn over. And remember, we do have a wizard.
Remember, you need balls to score. Put pressure on the ball. Can't argue with that.
So let's see what they do here. We do have a position back here where we could throw a foul on this vampire, and I might do it. Okay, he has hypnotic gazed us. This is pretty good for them, because even if this doesn't work out, they're going to be able to push us adjacent to the edge of the field. Oh, they got the knockdown. The knockdown is potentially worse for them than not taking a knockdown, because the ball could bounce out of bounds. Okay, it didn't. It's fine for them. If the ball had bounced out of bounds, it could have come back in anywhere, really. Okay, they failed the dodge, you know? 4 agility is not a free pass to do whatever you want, it turns out. He has so little movement. I really want to run down here and just chainsaw this vampire. This is a rough situation. I probably should be here, actually. Just want to put some tackle zones on this ball. And now we could blitz over here and do this. It's worth noting that the chainsaw does give a bonus on fouling. If you chainsaw foul somebody, you can really do some damage. I kind of want to put another player adjacent to Count Merrick von Drakenborg and just give him the saw. Like, what if we... I'm going to go ahead and put somebody adjacent to the edge. I know this is dangerous. Yes, I know. I just said that. Go over here and make it awkward for these guys to contribute to the play. We need a 7+ on the foul. Oh, it's not including the 3 extra points for chainsaw, though. So actually, the foul is pretty likely to work. I'm going for it. Screw this guy. Give him the boot, except not the boot, because the chainsaw. Oh, Jesus. Oh, wow. We, like, properly injured him. Oh, he made his regeneration roll. And the ref caught us. I am not going to bribe this. Slash and Burn was going to get sent off anyway. And our turn is basically over. I'm thinking more and more that my bribes may have to be used to keep our ball and chain guy on the field. This drive is pretty much a lost cause for both of us, and I'm fine with that outcome. Because again, we're finding ourselves in a position where we're probably going to go over the half tied and about to receive. And I think that's where we want to end up. Please don't break armor is what I was about to say. Yeah, the odds that they can make anything happen. In fact, they only have 1 turn left. They cannot make anything happen. So the best thing for us would be to try to remove a player somehow, or I think these goblins are in a position where they can't even dodge out or anything. I could stand him up, but what would be the point? Like, they're going to get 1 more attack with one of these 2. Plus, they're going to get to throw punches with these thralls, and that's that. That's how it is. That's how it ends. Technically, my odds of this outcome going well are slightly better if I do it during my turn than if I let them do it during their turn. Okay, too stupid. Fine. I guess I should have rerolled that. I wasn't really thinking. I should have rerolled that for sure. Well, we can't get a 2-die block. We can't even get a 1-die block anywhere. They can trivially push Falcon off the field. If they just move any player to this space and then hit him, he'll go off on even a push. So I think I'm just going to take the negative 2-die block. We have our team reroll available. And if I can... Yeah, that's fine. I will not reroll. Push is good. So we push. We push this guy to here. And I think I follow. And if I follow, I can get hit, but I can't get pushed off. And I know it doesn't seem like it, given what's been happening so far. But the chances of my armor breaking and being hit are not so high that we have to treat it as a guaranteed event. I know. I don't think they have. I don't think they've hit a goblin but once or twice and not broken his armor. But it's not going to keep being that way. I'm surprised that they're... I mean, I guess... If a player had this position, I would expect him to run a thrall over and take the 2-die block on the troll. I guess I can't be surprised when the AI does stuff, because it seems like the AI maybe chooses its moves entirely at random. Okay, so it's still going to be able to blitz him out if they want. Oh, no, they used their blitz already. Get it? Okay, well... I think this is the only thing that could happen that would be cool. So let's throw this blitz and then end the turn. Hey, we hit him. Come on, he's got low armor. You can do this. Ah, just a stun, it looks like. Yeah, bummer. My injury rolls have mostly not been great. Okay. Well, all things considered, actually a pretty positive result for us, but only because the AI kind of chose not to play well. This is really bad. Alright, we got 2 of our guys back. I'm gonna use a bribe to keep the ball and chain guy in. Okay, cool. Alright, this is our line of scrimmage. It's not totally ideal, but it's the only choice we have. So we still have diving tackle. We lost our other upgraded goblin to an injury, right? Yeah. Well, the center is probably pretty under control. We have to try to catch the ball. Let's pull you guys back. We definitely do not need additional goblins over here. I don't think we're likely to score. This may end up in a draw. But we could score, and we do have our wizard to help us out. All of my players can move once. Well, we might get a free catch here without having to do a pickup roll. I'm going to move all of these goblins toward that. And honestly, I think these guys are exactly where they want to be. I suppose, actually, am I allowed to do this? Oh, I have to make a dodge, though. I have 4 rerolls. Nah, I'm not going to bother. I was thinking we could maybe threaten the vampire, but even if I was here, I'd have to get pretty lucky on the rolls for that to work. Ah, okay. That's fine. That's fine. So... who do I want the troll to punch? We want to do the troll punch before we do moves. Well, maybe not before we do all the moves, though. Well, I need one of the fanatics to still be adjacent to him to have a good chance of this working out. But why don't we move? We'll start one of them up. Okay. Okay. Oh, a KO even. Nice. And then going right to disrupt the line more has a chance of backfiring pretty badly, so why don't we just threaten the vampire? Ah. Pretty bad results there. Oh, Fungus has extra movement. Threaten the vampire. I don't think it's worth a GFI. He at least has to now consider making a dodge or something. So let's hit... you know what? I'm going to punch this guy, because if all we roll is push, I can push him to here, and he's still threatened by the ball and chain.
There's nothing better than hitting someone smaller than you, Jim.
And we definitely don't follow. So I don't put myself in the in harm's way there. It's a high violence game. So do I want to... I think I would like to push this way. Okay. I am not going to be allowed to push that way. Let's move this way instead. We'll threaten all the guys near the ball carrier. Let's put a couple of bodies near the ball. We are not going to be able to get any kind of forward motion this turn. Not with 2 vampires right there. We have to let them have a turn, let things spread out a little bit, and figure it out afterward. So put this guy in a good defensive position. And let's see if we can grab the ball. We do still have our blitz, but we really don't have a good position to use it from. I think I'm just going to end the turn without doing it. On the whole, though, that was a pretty successful turn. And as much as I would have liked to, you know, kill somebody, maybe this 4 agility guy, having both of our ball and chains this close to the action is actually pretty great. Also, remember, we still have 1 bribe left, so even if this drive does end up ending early because I'm forced into scoring or because they score, we can maybe keep one of these guys around. Oh, he failed his bloodlust. And he failed his hypnotic gaze roll.
So he's gonna leave the pitch to join a
Alright, so they'll just have a little party over there. Oh, it's a turnover when you fail Bloodlust even if your guy doesn't have the ball, huh? I misremembered that rule. Well, that's an embarrassing way to lose the half. Or to lose possession of your turn, not of the ball, obviously. This way, this way. Oh, lucky me. Alright, we're gonna threaten this vampire a little bit. Okay, that was a pretty good outcome. And we did end up adjacent to the vampire. Hard to be mad about that. Let's see if we can get something similar going on this side. Probably not. Oh, we hit him. And KO'd him, actually. Okay, they only have 2 vampires on the pitch now. Well, this is going very poorly for them. Although some of it's their own fault, right? Because they could have just fed with that vampire that got bloodlusted. Okay, so we can definitely move forward this turn. We're going to want to cage up. The question is, where? We can't actually build a cage upfield anywhere meaningful that doesn't have one of its corners adjacent to an enemy player. We could cage over... Let me think here. We could use this guy as part of our cage. In fact, I think I like that a lot. Why don't we... Actually, maybe just up to here. Because this guy's down, at least, right? Like, he would still have to spend his blitz to try to punch part of the cage off. And this keeps us inside of the region demarcated by our ball and chain guys. Which makes me feel a lot safer, even if it's not necessarily the case that we're a lot safer. And I'm going to mark their vampire with our diving tackle guy. So even if he does try to dodge out, because he has a clean dodge space here, right? Even if he does try to dodge out, we might be able to catch him. And if he wants to just throw the punch, then we get punched. I mean, it's a goblin. You can't build your strategy around your goblins not getting punched. That's living in a fantasy world. God, look at him go. How dizzy do you think they are? Because it's been, you know, several minutes now. Blitzing a corner off for the guy who has block is pretty time-honored strategy. Interesting that he chose not to move in, but then had a different guy move in instead. Not sure what that plan is. It would be really, really cool if we move this guy left and he doesn't go down. Well, actually, down would be fine. But yeah, we're definitely moving this way, obviously. Let's clean up. I probably should have knocked him to here. Oh, lucky me, it worked twice. I actually think we want to push this guy this way. Right, sort of sweep him to the right while we move up the left side. Oh, I missed. By the way, when you push a guy who's down by ball and chaining him, you do make an armor roll against him, so you can injure somebody who's already down. Oh, nice! Mighty blow. Very, very strong. Okay, he's just badly hurt, and he regenerates. They're, at this point, they're just being poor sports. Because they've hit 6 on all their regeneration rolls. They just want to show me that it is possible to pass rank. Alright, we'll build ourselves a little goblin wall. It's possibly the least effective sort of wall. But I mean, it's a lot better when you have multiple ball and chain guys on it. I did that because I think the 4 agility guy is likely enough to dodge out that it really doesn't matter if BTO has tackle zones right now. Okay, I think this is looking pretty good for us to score. Now, it's still going to be tough for us to knock down the vampire, and if they get the vampire and the 4-strength guy out in front of us, away from the ball and chain, I don't know exactly how I'm going to get through. We're going to have to use some of that goblin slipperiness. Strange play there for the vampire. If you're going to do basically nothing with your vampire, why not just not move him so that you don't have to worry about bloodlust? Okay, they don't have a good knockdown. He could have taken the both down, and I think in that situation, I might have considered it. Especially since, you know, you're fairly likely to injure the goblin, but he might have been overvaluing the 4 agility, or it might just be that the AI wouldn't have done it in either situation. Really no way to know. Okay, cool. He's up and he's back in action. I probably don't want to go left or up here, but I kind of want to go this way and see if we get lucky and he goes up. Alright.
If the player is pushed, it will finish in the public.
It's a bad result. Him ending up here or here would have been cool. Because he could have provided an assist. I don't know if I want to... I don't think I want to use a GFI. He's a loner, so he's unlikely to take our rerolls correctly. Let's move up. There's a chance that we'll get to hit the guy with block. Okay, I probably need to go this way. Alright. Well, alright. That's something. He's at least closer to the dangerous parts of the play. Right, we do have a real block against this guy. I can push him down at the very least. I'm a little concerned here. Like, I would love for this to be one of those situations where I can just stall, but maybe it's not. Well, why don't we have you come up here? We haven't used our blitz yet. Right, so... I could move the ball carrier up to here, try to, like, get a score without a GFI. It's not that I'm not worried about... It's not that I'm worried about not making the touchdown. It's that if we make the touchdown, they have a lot of time to counter score, and we'll lose one of our tremendously advantageous players. I kind of want to drag this out, so I'm just trying to figure out what the safest way of doing that is. And I think, honestly, it might be this. It might be a good old ball carrier blitz. If we can just push this guy. All I need is a push. And I have a reroll. Okay, that'll work. Stay put. Wow! That is a solid punch. Oh, and that's a level up. No, it's not. That guy has the... I thought it was a level up because the blue column of light appeared, but it's just because he has the ball already. Well, yeah, not a bad outcome. I don't think there's any reason to throw this punch, so instead we'll dodge out. And this gives him access to the ball carrier, but we've got the ball surrounded. I'm fairly confident we'll be able to hold. Did the angle of the camera change? Let's do a little bit more like this. Remember, we still have the wizard. I am not afraid to use a lightning bolt, especially since they're down to one vampire on the table. Okay, he dropped it. That's good. Well, maybe he dropped it. They're going to try again. Okay. Does he move again? He does not move again. Well, I think what we're looking at here is a lightning bolt kind of situation. Is that not... Okay. Sometimes left click is do a thing and right click is cancel. Sometimes the other way around, and the game gives you no way of knowing which one's which. So we rolled a 1 on our lightning bolt and it did nothing. Not great. Not great. We might be able to generate enough assists to hurt this guy. Or at least to have a good chance of hurting this guy. Can the ball and chain carry him off the field? Yes, it can. Okay. We'll go this way then. I was really hoping that he was going to, you know, hit an enemy player in a way that's useful. I'm going to do this even though it might clobber one of our guys. Yep, of course it did. Fortunately, we roll all the dice. We get to pick how things go. Okay, so we can get another assist by standing up Billy Mura. And then we could use our blitz. I was really hoping I would hit this guy. I think we kind of just have to take the one-die block. We'll take it from here. Oh, we're still negative. Oh, yeah, I need another assist. We could try to blitz this guy off, which would get us another assist from Falcon. Means I can't use a blitz on the ball carrier. Maybe I just take the negative 2-die block, because really all I need is a push, right? All I need is for the worst face that shows up to be push. And I push him to here, and then we've got him. I'm going to do it. It's not great, but yes, that's fine. I will not use a reroll. So he gets to pick which one of the dice goes. Then we push him to here, follow him up. And now we've got a surf. Stay put, though. Don't follow him over to the edge. Okay. The bad news is the ball just went out of bounds, and so the fans are going to pitch it back in. Okay. I was going to say the fans are going to pitch it back in potentially to a bad place. That actually went to a pretty good place. So let's see if we can get Ivan the Terrible to knock this guy's block off. No, we cannot. You know, that's not a terrible space for him to end up in, though. Let's try to get some guys over on the ball here. So I think what I'm going to do is put a player next to the ball rather than try to pick the ball up, and then we'll try to get another dodge out. Because the dodges are, like, pretty high percentage, and if our turn ends in this state, it's actually not even a big deal. Okay. Alright, I will reroll that. Ending the turn with the ball in my hands would be pretty great. Okay. But I don't actually want to score if I don't have to. And I'm not going to throw the block with the troll, because if he lost his tackle zones right now instead of punching, that would be really bad for us. But at this point, we're just playing against... Wow, that's a graphical issue. At this point, we're just playing against Thralls, and I think that's a game we can win. Is he going to push... He pushed me into the end zone. That's a very canny play. I think the AI probably did it because they're stupid and they were just trying to hit me. But pushing me into the end zone gives them a drive where they can actually maybe do something to counter. I don't know. Maybe it was a strategic play. Maybe the AI had a plan there and executed it intentionally. Let's see what they get back. Oh, they got their vampire back. And both of the vampires that went out due to bloodlust are also back. So this is going to be a little ugly. Okay, we're going to let Ivan the Terrible go, but we're going to try to bribe to keep the star player in. Good, good, good. He's very effective. I like him a lot. I didn't realize that he had an extra point of movement. I wasn't looking at his stats closely enough. It's actually like a big deal. So I don't know how they're going to set up. They set up second. So who's going to be the third sucker on the line? Probably just somebody with 0 star player points. Poor Eddie Tango. I feel like this dude does nothing but get murdered for us. God, all these vampires. Okay. They do only have 3 turns. We just have to hold them for 3 turns. And I don't know how they're going to set up. Let's do this way so that my fanatic, my ball and chain guy is not required to keep the troll punching. But I think maybe I do want to set the troll up to the side because they often put their strongest guy in the middle. Yeah. And then we have no kind of defensive formation available to us because they've removed too many of my players. Here, this is something. think I actually want the diving tackle guy to be in a place where he could potentially move toward the ball carrier. This gives us tackle zones over most of the width of the field. The sidelines are still open, and even if they punch through the middle, which they totally might, we still have a little bit of backup. Okay, so they set up in that really, really heavy line of scrimmage formation again. Come on, positive kickoff event. BTO got a rock thrown at him. Well, you know, it's possible that I did something to upset Nuffle. Okay, they used a team reroll on the Bloodlust roll there. So they don't have a team reroll available for this turn, and they only have one available over the next 2 turns. That could work out in our favor. I can't believe BTO got hit by a rock. The fans in my my home stadium fans are the worst. Okay, they're really going to give it to him for some reason. Not really sure what this is about. Wow, that was a pretty good block. I feel like they don't follow up a really weird amount. Right? Like, there's lots of situations where it would have been good for them to follow up that they've chosen not to, and I'm not sure why. We didn't see this behavior from the other teams. I know that each team has their own AI, right? But I'm a little confused. A little confused why that would be a part of the vampire AI.
They picked up the ball. I suppose I should say something.
Okay, what are we going to do here? Well, Ball and Chain Guy's going to start. Let's see if we can get something done. Oh, wow. Okay, solid murder. The Thralls do not have regeneration. Come on, threaten that vampire. Get him. Get him. Or just dance all around him, that's fine. I have 2 team rerolls left. I'm debating using another point of... I'm going to use another point of his movement. Am I? Right, with Loner, there's a pretty good chance that he won't accept a team reroll. He'll burn it and then still fail the GFI. And we do have some things I'd like to do. If I move anybody else, it turns over, so we won't be able to take the point of movement. But hitting this vampire and getting him off the table, honestly, it's probably not even worth it. So what we have to do is just try to make it so they can't make the distance. I don't really have a way of fighting them, especially with BTO on the ground. So we just have to try to keep our baffle of tackle zones up enough that it's hard for them to make the run through. Although, we can maybe hit this guy. There's no reason to do that. I was like, that guy has a point of agility. But they actually have several players with 4 agility in similar running positions. So I don't think singling that guy out is actually going to help.
Your favorite moment is a Blood Bowl player, Bob.
Alright, I'm just going to try to form a little wall here. We'll funnel them in, and then, like, if they blitz this guy off to try to move through the tackle zone area that clears up, we'll be able to sort of collapse in on them and try to throw maybe a 2-die block, a 2-die blitz next turn, maybe. And they do have to, it's worth noting, they do have to get a passing play off or a handoff, I guess. Actually, a handoff would be totally fine. And you also, it's like, yeah, just make it so that nobody gets a punch. They can punch this guy if they want to put enough people over there, and then they have to spend their blitz. I'm going to use this guy to reinforce the area near the vampires. It's not exactly what I want to be doing with turn 15, but we might still pull this off. The best case scenario for them still involves some dice rolling. And I mean, vampires, it always involves dice rolling, because a vampire ball carrier can decide that he's going to drink from a thrall at any moment. I've definitely had that happen.
Fantastic thing.
Oh, I'm just trying to introduce a catchphrase. My agent says it will help for future proof.
Don't do it again. I hate bad puns.
Okay, they're forming up on us, but they're not really doing anything. And that's, yeah, again with this. Okay, they're blitzing one of the guys who's not in front. Or who's not actually on the line. Boy, those dudes are flexible. Did you see that? That guy turned the entire upper half of his body like all the way around before throwing that punch. Okay, the good news is the ball carrier is within normal movement range of the ball and chain guy. Let's get lucky. Oh, it could happen. It didn't happen. Get him? Didn't happen. Well... Okay, who's in scoring range? A Thrall with a double GFI, none of the vampires. Boy, what a series of decisions have been made. So let's make it awkward for these Thralls to do the thing they want to do. So we'll put you here, and you here. That'll allow me to 2-die blitz one of the Thralls off. That's not very good. Okay, a push is fine. Stay put. Okay, now only 2 of them can score under totally optimal conditions. I'm a little bummed that I had to use my reroll there, because my hope was I'd be able to push him back, then move this guy to here, get a 1-die block off on this dude, and potentially use my reroll on that to try to push him as well. Because I can make it impossible for them. I can't make it impossible for them to score, but I can make it extremely unlikely for them to score. We still have... I'm gonna go for this. It's more likely to work than not to. Okay, now the only way they can score is to give the ball to this guy and get him through somehow. Either by punching off... I mean, even if they punch off one goblin, they still have to make a really ugly series of dodges. So I think we won, but I don't feel great about it, because I shouldn't have won this game. In a sense, I guess this isn't any different than the dice rolls just falling, like, super in my favor. Except that, you know, when the dice rolls fall super in your favor, you at least get out of it with a bunch of star player points. Whereas here we have scored basically nothing. But hey, maybe we'll get lucky and BTO will get his 4th MVP award and hit level 3. Okay. The ball carrier elected to use Hypnotic Gaze instead of doing anything. And vampires are just too complex a team for the AI to play. That's... it's not great for the developers, frankly. The crazy thing is, with these guys at 3-0 and 1, and the AI clearly treating the team as though it's very good, we're very likely to see them advance into the final tournament with us. So there's a decent chance we will play them again and get another such victory. Okay, well, we knew it was a possibility. So, I'm pretty sure that means we make it. I think the standings... Ooh, please reroll it. I rerolled the 1 into a 1. Well, that fits. So our star player point went to... Right. Our MVP went to one of the star players, who of course we don't get to keep, so the star player points are effectively don't even happen. Giggles got a touchdown, Billy Murrah got an injury. Bad news. That is a bad outcome. But, like I was saying, let's take a quick look at the leaderboard. With 4 wins and a loss, I believe we are guaranteed now to make it in the top half of the group, which means we will advance to the final tournament. Up there, it's single elimination, so we're still pretty... I would not say that it is certain that we will even make it to the final, but I have hope. So next up, we're going to be playing against another Skaven team. This one, they did buy a Rat Ogre. I don't know. I don't love that. And it kind of looks like they only have 3 Gutter Runners, because they spent so much money on their Rat Ogre. So this might be a little bit easier than it was against the last Skaven team. They do have a plus strength lineman, which is pretty scary, and a thrower who has picked up accurate. So, actually quite good at throwing now. Oh, the Rat Ogre has 3 levels. Or the Rat Ogre has leveled up twice. That's pretty impressive. So he's got Mighty Blow and Frenzy and Guard and Prehensile Tail, and, you know, I'm not saying that the Rat Ogre's a bad player. And Juggernaut. Opposing players cannot use Fend, Stand Firm, or Wrestle against his blocks, and he may choose to treat both down as though it was a push, so that he can, you know, he doesn't knock himself down on both downs, is really what that is. It's not a bad skill, not bad at all. And then we've got a Storm Vermin with Guard as well, so this actually is going to be a pretty punchy team. This lineman has, oh, Wrestle. So, both downs are less good against him than they would be against a lot of people. Not super relevant for us, because we don't have even a single player with block. What is our status? We're Outlord Torgo, but we do have our Pogoer back. We're at exactly 1,000 team value. We don't have enough money to do anything, so we won't be spending our money. So we're going to have 280k at least for buying inducements before the next game. We probably will fill the holes with another star player. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're still enjoying the series as much as I'm enjoying making it. Today's game was a little bit of a bummer because the computer totally walked us in, but it's going to happen sometimes. And honestly, I still enjoy just playing Blood Bowl. The game has enough strategic decisions for you to make every turn that I feel like I'm always doing something that's fun for me. So come back next time, tomorrow. We're going to get punched all to hell by some rats. And we'll see you then.